Slow news day. I don't even know what to make a video on right now. I'll probably make more later, but I've been shoveling and working and everything. My back of my arm. I can't lift my arms above my head. I feel like Hitler. I can't go that high.
Really rolled out a new
Flock cameras doing some shit.
Recently, quietly rolled out a new.
Hold up. Let me get everything right.
Feature that turns their gunshot detection microphones into constant human conversation surveillance.
Technically, if they ping them the right way, you could probably get actually like a rendering of sound, of where they're at in location and find their actual spot, almost like because they're using the gunshot things. They said
in this video, I will cover the new feature.
Because you can use enough if you have enough microphones together in one area, you can ping them and the way they react with each other, as long as they have microphones too, they could pick you up and make actual visual images out of it.
And why privacy experts are begging cities to rip these things down before it's too late. So first, let me briefly explain what F.L.O.C.K safety actually is. You've probably seen the cameras in your neighborhood. They're automated license plate readers that sit on poles and record every car that drives by. They're in over 6,000 communities across the US, but recently they've released something called the Raven system. These are
the fact that they're calling it the Raven system's pretty draconian sounding.
High-powered microphones that originally were supposed to detect gunshots and alert the police. However, in October of this past year,
the Bell cameras or whatever they already had like technology like this before. Now AI powered though. Got to slap AI in there. Wait, what was wrong with the logic gate system they had before? Well, it was a controller, but like, what was wrong with what they had before? They had those on in Massachusetts. We have them on like almost every other fucking intersection where there's a street light. You'll see them on top. They're like little bells. Like
announced something called distress detection. Their microphones can now listen for sounds of human distress.
Rhode Island and Mass. I know Rhode Island still has them up everywhere. I don't know if Mass has them like in Boston, but we used to call them rape phones. They used to keep those on every block, and I'm pretty sure those can pick up distress sounds though too. Like so, if a girl's screaming and running up to it, they'll alert them. They set off a trigger warning because a certain decibels going off,
like screaming or wailing, and automatically alert the cops. These also aren't regular microphones. They're described as high-powered microphones parked above densely populated city streets, and that means that they can pick up conversations from far away, even in noisy environments. Unlike a camera that just shows you walking by, audio capture.
That's fucking Gestapo level shit, bro. It's bad enough they don't even, like, the feds already listen to our phone. This is just the police now. So, like, we're going to have an armed militant force everywhere, guys. Like, martial law has already been enacted, and they're not telling us. They're just setting up all the ground level stuff. Shit's going to hit the fan soon. I don't even...
Captures everything. The actual words you're saying and the emotion in your voice. Your voice gives away much more than...
Yeah, that doesn't make sense, man. They can pick up your... One's if like you're just having like I don't know. I talk very expressively and I'm very loud. Is it definitely going to be able to pick up that it's anger, or can it pick up that it's just loud? Like that's my question, because like we already have things that know the decibels of things, and like depending on how loud it is, it's got to be considered a threat warning. You know what I mean?
Than people think. Voice data can expose your age, gender, health conditions, personality.
You could do a lot with voice. Like I said, sound. A lot of weird things you can do with speakers and microphones. Period. That people don't realize. You can make a whole bunch of visual shit out of it, let alone like you just had actual cues for health problems and stuff, and like see how old you are. They can get at least like full description. You can actually figure out how tall you are because they can tell you how far up off the ground you are.
Traits and emotional states. Companies have literally patented technology that figures out your health problems just by analyzing how you talk to your smart speaker. This audio can also be used to build a profile on you, where you go and who you're with.
The profiling is they put a report together. This is just literally what the Gestapo would do. But they would just they would make the fucking ghetto built, the giant high rises, and wire in every one of the microphones and shit inside of them, and have a random room you can't get to unless you have access to it, and have like a bunch of recording software in it. Well, reels and shit.
When this data gets stored, it also creates a huge target for hackers. Voice recordings can be used for identity theft and voice cloning.
All you need to get is like probably less than a minute's worth of fucking someone talking like me. You can just do it that. There's software already out there. There's actually websites. I can't remember the fucking name of one. I use it all the time to make like funny little videos before. It's somewhere in my bookmarks. I'll have to dig through them. But you can just get anyone's voice, and then most of them you just gotta feed it a few words. The wild part is when I was in like my coma, I fucking like one of the things that went on in that weird death trip thing was all you need is the side profile of someone, a photo of just the front and their side, and they can either guess the other side or whatever and make a full thing of you, and then your voice should be paired off with just 3 words, 4 words. They can probably get like a rough thing out of it. But the more words you feed the AI, the more fluent it will have. It sounds, instead of having that weird like choppy, broken up things that people do to make videos with nowadays. Like they'll take their video, they'll record their voice, and then have the AI do their voice, and you can hear like the weird breaks, how it can't say certain words because it doesn't know how you would fluently say it. But if you were to teach you the words, yeah, it's not good. The shit the government's got, it could just take a few words and just pop, pop, pop. It's just like the.
Now here's where it gets really messy. Most states.
When I came out of that shit and I seen that technology was real, I'm like, what? That shit blows my mind all the time. And every time I find something that's like, that was in there. I didn't know that before, but now I know it's real. What the fuck?
Have laws against recording private conversations without consent. They're called eavesdropping or wiretapping laws. In states like California, Pennsylvania.
We have profiling laws, period. You can't. It's illegal for the police to profile people. It's illegal. We're not friggin' like Iran or something, or Israel. We don't profile our people.
Massachusetts and Illinois.
Hold up. Sorry about that. My nieces and stuff getting themselves in trouble putting water balloons everywhere.
In states like California, Pennsylvania.
We have profiling laws, like I'm saying. You can't do that. You're not allowed to do this shit. It's Gestapo level stuff. And I hate when people keep saying, everybody's Nazis. Nazis didn't do this shit. Nazis wouldn't do this to you. Fascism wouldn't do this to you. They don't want to listen to you like that. They want to listen to their enemies, though.
Massachusetts, and Illinois, you need everyone's permission to record a conversation. Breaking these laws can get you fined $2,500.
These laws are so retarded here, though. You can't film cops without their knowing. So if you just start filming a cop while you're doing something, you can get in trouble in our state, which is it sounds unconstitutional to me, because freedom of press and a bunch of other shit and right to report.
Per violation or even thrown in jail. But in these cases, nobody really knows if these laws apply to F.L.O.C.K microphones yet. The government isn't part of your conversation, but they're recording you anyways. The courts haven't figured this out. And even in places where recording might be legal, you're supposed to let people know they're being recorded either way.
Hold up. Sorry, a bunch of Karens outside won't shut the fuck up about whatever fucking shit they're doing. I can't shovel my snow.
There likely aren't going to be signs on every street corner warning you that you're being recorded. The other issue is that F.L.O.C.K's gunshot detection already has massive problems. Car backfires get mistaken for gunfire. Fireworks trigger false alerts. According to the Illinois...
That's what I'm saying. Like, how can... what's the difference from me talking on the street and, like, I'm getting all, like, excited and talking, like, really fast and really loud. And, like, what's too loud? What's considered distress? Because I would sound like a manic person looking for help, probably, if they heard me walk up and down the street. Well, before I got to tune all that out in the background. So OBS, since the new Windows update, everybody's talking about Notepad not working. OBS doesn't show you the recording dot anymore. So that's why if you ever see me like going back to this window to make sure if I'm paused or unpaused, it kind of defeats the purpose of having the hotkeys. But like, it's so fucking annoying. Like, I can't tell. And that new one, I didn't want the Windows update. It just gave me the Windows update. I have my shit set up where it does not update. It's still updated. I wouldn't even have Windows 11. I was gone for a month. My PC was on the whole time. When I came back, it updated itself. Didn't even ask me my permission. I tried even contacting Windows about doing it. You can't go backwards either. You can't roll back. It won't let me roll back. Off topic. Back to this.
Has massive problems. Car backfires get mistaken for gunfire. Fireworks trigger false alerts. According to the Illinois village trustee,
if it's getting confused by fireworks, that's not good product. That's a bad product. Because that means for multiple reasons. The cops are gonna be wasting time. It's taxpayer money. Other crimes are gonna be being committed that could be the cops could be used to. There's a bunch of shit to that. False distresses. How many people can actually just scream and get someone in trouble for false allegations now?
Over 99% of F.L.O.C.K alerts don't...
Oh my god, I can see some dumb hussies and shit using this against their thing. It's meant to help people in distress, and they're going to use it to probably manipulate the law around them. That's how this shit always gets fucking used.
Result in any
I hate
police
technology.
action.
I like it, but there's no reason to force inject it into things. But there's no reason to have AI anything. It was fine with the logic gate. They don't go off at all. You can light fireworks and they don't even set up those things.
Imagine applying that same broken technology to human voices. What counts as distress? Potentially kids playing and yelling on the playground, actors rehearsing a scene, someone cheering at a sports game, someone crying about bad news. The system has no way of telling the difference. This also isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. In Chicago, a similar gunshot detection system called ShotSpotter sent police to what they thought was active gunfire.
Oh yeah, and then think about it. Now they think there's an active shooter. Anything a guy does, even if he's a little like, what the fuck off, they're gonna gun him down.
A child got shot at by officers responding to a false alarm. Now imagine that happening because the system thought someone screaming at a concert was in distress.
That's what I'm saying. But if you just let the clubbers on that, and your friends like woo, like moving around and shit, you're just like fucking having a good time, and then it gets set off, and then you're surrounded by police officers or some shitty. Oh my god! And then you're probably gonna have to get booked because they're gonna think they're just gonna assume that you fucking. I hate cops nowadays. They don't use their brains. They're just gonna pick up and go with whatever's in front of them.
Potentially because kids were playing too loud. Police show up thinking there's an emergency, and suddenly a normal situation becomes dangerous. There's also a bigger issue here. The First Amendment protects your rights to speak freely, but when you know microphones are listening and analyzing your emotional state, you start watching what you say. Maybe you don't want to...
That's invisible prison. That is a wall being put up around you and you can't see it. That is dystopian. That is 1984 shit. That's Fahrenheit 451 shit. We're fucked.
I have that loud conversation about politics.
My grandfather used to say to me when I was a kid that they would never put cameras everywhere. And I used to say when I was like young, like, they're going to put cameras everywhere. That's what they tell us. And I used to be like, okay, I agree. I believe that my elders, fucking, they're all dead now. I think that's what they really use COVID to do, is kill off that whole generation of people that actually like paid attention with the town meetings and shit. Like, all of us used to age into that. We're not doing it quick enough because, like, let's say, for example, the millennial generation or the generation before us, the boomers, they're all fucking, well, before me, they're all fucking trying to stay youthful and not embracing, like, you're going to get old. It's part of life. Like the old people did before us. They're not doing that. They want to work past retirement. We can't even get retirement anymore. They're making like 70. It's fucking retarded. We're just going to work till you die. What's the point of even
Maybe you keep
age?
your voice down when talking about something controversial. That's called the chilling effect, and it kills free speech. Schools and public spaces naturally have loud, passionate conversations, and that's totally normal.
Yeah, see, at least I'm not the only person thinking that. Okay, cool. Like I said, I could see me setting that motherfucker off if it's on emotions. Like, I set people up just fucking talking normally.
Now these conversations might be triggering police alerts. The Electronic Frontier Foundation...
I'm not good with police. Like, I'm good with... I'm not. Like, I'm not going to be the guy who acts ignorant and shit, but I don't like police. I don't want any interaction with the police because, like, God forbid a shitty cop shows up and then, like, they just want to just get you in trouble. They're like, oh, well, I'm already here. I got to do it. They don't got to do it. They don't got to arrest anyone every time. They think you're within your rights and you're within your reasonable state and stuff, and you're cognizant. You should be able to drive away from the situation, even if it's just like a misdemeanor ticket kind of thing.
And called this feature a whole new can of unforeseen legal, civil liberties, and even bodily safety consequences. They're telling cities to cancel their F.L.O.C. contracts before people get hurt. The ACLU has been tracking F.L.O.C.'s expansion into surveillance tech, noting that they have now solar-powered video cameras.
They got the drones, dude. I see our aerodrome. It's really close to our adrenochrome. The Raven, like, all I think is, like, what's his name? Fucking, is it Odin? I can't remember the fucking off the top of my head. The North dude with he has missing eye. I think it is Odin. The cameras make sense. The F.L.O.C. cameras we already know about. What the fuck is this? What's the condors do? Where they go somewhere higher? I'm assuming. I don't like the drones. The drones is a whole fucking, that's batshit, bro. That's dystopian. I guarantee you, give it a long enough time, we're all gonna be paintballing the shit out of those things and stuff like that. Oh my god, dude. I can see it turning into a fucking game. Trying to knock them out of the sky with, like, air rifles and shit. Fuck them, dude. This is gonna get fucking scrapped for parts. Junkies are gonna knock those out of the sky, rip them apart, and scrap them for the copper inside. Or whatever silver and gold they can melt off it for the fucking computer parts. All of this shit's gonna get ripped apart by junkies. The moment they find out there's copper in there or something, they're just gonna start ripping shit apart. Oh, there's motherboards that have gold on them? Pfft, mine.
drones, and audio detection hardware. It's a full surveillance system, and some cities are starting to listen.
Dude, the drones really
Evanston, Illinois canceled their F.L.O.C.K contract and ordered the equipment.
Can you picture fucking flying cameras? Like, no, I'm not going to. I'm committing to a crime. I'm just saying aloud that people should learn that oil-based paint and motor oil used motor oil mixed together with sand and salt would be a great thing to take out, I don't know, any kind of lens.
Equipment removed. When F.L.O.C mysteriously put the cameras back up, the city sent them a cease and desist letter and literally covered the cameras with black tape. 2 members of Congress launched an investigation into F.L.O.C last year. They looked at how the company enables invasive surveillance practices that threaten the privacy.
They're not going to do anything. Congress is getting paid off to do this. This is just all theater. They're not going to do anything. Oh, we heard about it. We know it's bad. There's going to be a few states that still pass it because there's people with guns in those states that will shoot the people that make the rules like this. And then there's the other states that are just going to pass it. I guarantee you, California has all those laws, and my state has all those laws. We got F.L.O.C cameras everywhere. If that's the case, we have laws against that. It's going to keep getting thrown out of court or something. That means. Because it's illegal to monitor the citizens. It's illegal. You cannot profile Americans. I don't know the exact everything about that for this case. We're at the site for that, but like I know they're not legal. I know we're not like a fucking communist country that does this. This is. I hate when people say capitalism did this. No, capitalism didn't do this. This is late stage capitalism. No, I hate that phrase too. This is what happens when you have a bunch of commies take over your capitalist system. That's why all our grandparents and our parents all had great times growing up and had at least watch the economy fluxed. But my parent generation and stuff, they had their up and downs too, but they still had pretty well compared to what we have it. They're just making it. When you start making everything for everybody else, you won't be able to have anything for yourself or be able to even earn it. Because a meritocracy, at least you earn what you get. Unlike like the communist way we have, where we're just giving it out to the people who don't deserve it. And that's why a lot of us are getting pissed off, and a lot of us are waking up to it. Like we're so sick of being used and abused for being good actual people. Like I got people out here calling conservative people fucking bootlickers. If you're still trumping for Trump right now and you don't see how he's fucking everything up for us, you might be a bootlicker too, just like a fucking leftoid who licks boots. Like they're all complaining about little brown babies fucking being taken by ICE, but like they wanted the deportation, but they just want riots to happen out of this. And the F.L.O.C cameras are catching on camera. We'll have all the footage for the CNN and all them. Because you don't think that the news reporters aren't going to also, like the big news channels aren't going to have access to these cameras too. Oh my God, and then there's AI. They can start faking everything and getting people in trouble. Putting you in videos in certain areas and using the camera footage to manipulate everything. Wow. Oh, we're going to live in a fucking weird world, man.
Privacy, safety, and civil liberties of women, immigrants, and vulnerable Americans. F.L.O.C's response claims that their system uses unbiased algorithms that are continually improving. They say it helps victims. There is no such thing as an unbiased
algorithm. It's like a casino saying, "Oh, you have a real fair chance of winning since we put these electric, fucking digital slot machines or something in." They're all designed to. There's no such thing as random unless you put like a fucking like what do they call it? Like a thing of radium near it and a Geiger counter. That's how you get an actual random thing. But the non-biased, there's going to be biases put into it. There are going to be biases, and they're probably going to be very liberal, like Talmudic kind of views.
Get faster police response and preserves evidence. But notice what they don't say. They don't explain how the technology actually works. They don't share accuracy rates, and they don't tell you how long they keep your voice recordings or who has access to them. Here's the bottom line. If your city has F.L.O.C's Raven system, there are microphones listening to you right now. They're recording your voice, your conversation.
I'm going to have to see if we got those receipts. I know we had the F.L.O.C cameras. I had to look at the Condor, Raven. I don't even remember the fucking name of that fucking drone was. I'll go back after this, look at it myself. But like, those drones are fucking wild. What the fuck is going on with that? Like, so who passed that? Who allowed that to happen? Someone said yes at some point. Did they vote? Did we vote this in? I guarantee you it was one of those things where like, when you voted for something you wanted, at the bottom of it they included that. They do that all the time. It's like, oh, you want weed legal? Okay, well, also we're gonna make like, I don't know, something stupid. Like, you can't film cops.
Your emotional state, and the data is being stored somewhere. It could be hacked, it could be misused, it could trigger false police responses that put you in danger. And the worst part is that most people don't know this is happening. No one asked for permission, and there likely aren't warning signs around these microphones. This is mass audio surveillance in public spaces, and it's spreading to thousands of cities without any real debate on whether we want it. Cities need to demand answers before deploying this stuff. How accurate is it? What's the false positive rate? How long is audio stored? Who can access it? What happens if these systems get hacked? We need laws that actually address this. State eavesdropping laws weren't written for government microphones on every corner. We need clear rules about consent, notification, and limits on what these systems can do.
We need more than that, bro. We need... Just remove them. We don't need them. If you have a closed network thing, the fact of the Ring doorbells alone, that's another thing. People don't realize, if you have any of those Amazon Ring cameras or the Ring cameras, and there's the other one that there's a couple if you have any of those doorbell monitors, the cops actually have access to their technology already, and they can use those on you. Like, so there's a crime committed outside your house. They're going to use your footage outside your door to convict someone. I don't want to be a part of someone's conviction. I'm glad they're getting criminals off the street, but I don't want to be a part of the reason someone goes to jail. They got caught, they get caught. Like, it's not my business. I would have never known about it. If I wanted to report it, I said I have the camera footage. That's different too. The obligation has to be there. Like the actual offer to be able to fucking have the choice to want to, I don't know, be the good citizen, Samaritan. Like, this is like I said, this is Gestapo level bullshit. The fact that the Ring cameras, those condors can fucking pick you up, Ravens can pick you up from like inside your house. They're monitoring all of us. That means, and they can isolate. Bro, everybody's giving off a MAC address if you get the shots. That means they can hone in on your sound specifically because like the computers can see. They've trained them to already be able to see the MAC addresses. That means they can listen to anyone and everyone who's gotten the shot.
And honestly, based on the 99% failure rate and all the privacy concerns, maybe we just don't need this type of technology at all.
Yeah.
Please subscribe and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks.
I don't know. It's a slow news day. I'm going to make a video of me driving to the fucking store because the roads, I guess, are bad. Make something entertaining out of it. I don't know. We got to get this out of here. There's drones, man. I didn't know they had drones flying around with cameras. That's way more excessive than everything else. Like, seeing the drones, it's a bad sign too, because seeing the drones makes me want to pull back and say okay to the other things. I don't really want to, but like, seeing the drones fly around with the camera on it and microphone, compared to like stationary ones where you can, bro, there's so much wrong with all that. Get off that, buddy. You're not supposed to be up there. Okay, have a good day, everybody. I might be back right later with some more shit if the news picks up and shit.